Hello Summit, welcome back to my channel. Happy new month of November. In today's video, we're going to learn how to cut and sew a Bubu Caftan, an off-shoulder Bubu Caftan. Is different from what you normally see online. Normally Bubu Caftan, it comes with sleeve together and all that. But in this video, you're going to learn how to draft and sew an off-shoulder Bubu Caftan with sleeve. I'm going to use a drum sleeve on it. So if you're new to this channel, please hit the subscription button and subscribe to my channel, and also turn on the notification button, okay, so you get notified at any time I post a new video. All right, so let's dive into it. First of all, I'm using a 4 yard of Ankara fabric, and I'm going to fold it into 4 places. I first of all fold my first folding like so. I fold it into 2, holding it by the length, the full length of the 4 yards, and joining it together. Okay, so I will join it together like so, and then after I get my first folding, that means I'm having 2 yards, 2 yards, like joining the 4 yards together. I have 2 yards this side, 2 yards this side. So then I'll fold it again by the side, all right, like so. So after folding it, this is what I will have. I will have 4 places. I have it in 4 places, okay, which means I'm cutting both the front and the back at the same time. So it's an off shoulder. It's not going to have a neck. It will not have like all this round neck or V neck and all that. So the neck is going to just be straight, and I'm going to gather the neckline. Okay, so for example, if your upper chest measurement is 11, then you're going to times it into 2. Okay, so my upper chest measurement is 11, and what I have here is 22. So that is 11 times 2, which is 22. So I'm going to use everything there, but I will gather it with a band when I start sewing. Okay, so after that, the next thing I'm going to do is to measure my shoulder to my 3 inches above my nail line, which is 37, like so. So I'm going to use 37 here. Okay, so remembering to minus 4 inches because it's an off shoulder, like I said before. So minus 4 inches, so you place your tape to get your 37. Okay, then after that you make a straight line like so using your ruler. So I make a straight line like so. Also, you could decide not to minus the 4 inches because of you're actually going to put extra 4 inches allowance because of the you need 2 inches to fold where you're going to put your rubber band, and then you also need 2 inches to fold the hem, right? So even if, let's assume like the length I'm using is 60, if I decide not to minus the 4 inches from the beginning and I get my 60, the only thing is that I'm not going to add extra allowance. Okay, so that means I could still start from the beginning and use my 37 like this instead of minusing 4, right? So I could do that and it will still be the same thing, okay, because I will still bend 2 inches at the hem, and I will still use 2 inches to put the rubber also. All right, so that's the second line that you actually see in there, so you can use any of the line actually. All right, so but I'm going to make use of this second line, okay, so that because if I fold my 2 inches for my band, it goes up, right? So I want it to sit exactly at 3 inches above my nail. So I'm going to use the second line, the extra 2 inches I added on the second line. All right, so that's what I'm going to use for that. But if you use the first line, why minusing 4, it will still sit, it will still be the same thing, okay, because you're going to still bend the hem and all that. So when you bend the hem, it will still be the same thing. So but I'm using the second line. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to mark my gown length. Okay, I mark my gown length, which is 60 inches from my shoulder is 60 inches. So I will minus my the 4 inches if I want. But if I use 60, then I'm not supposed to add any other allowance like I explained before, because I will use 2 inches to I'll use 2 inches to fold the hem, and I'll use 2 inches for the band. Okay, so at the end of the day, it will still end up the same length. Okay, if I did not minus any 4 inches, if I started from the beginning. All right, so after getting my 60 inches, I'll just make a straight line like so, as that will be my full length. That's my full gown length. Okay, so I make a straight line like so, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to label my lines, this as the hem line, then I will label this as my new line. Okay, so then after that the next thing I'm going to work on is the armhole. Remember, is an off shoulder with a sleeve. It's a Bubu off shoulder with a sleeve, so it's going to have an armhole. The sleeve is not going to come together with this Bubu like the normal Bubu, right? So you're going to fix a sleeve, so you create an armhole. I'm marking 4 by 5 inches, so 4 inches inwards like so, and then I'll come down by the sides. I come down by 5 inches just to create an armhole. It doesn't have a neck, but it's going to have a sleeve. Okay, so this will be where my sleeve will be. I'll make a straight line, or you make a curve line. You just curve it a little bit for your sleeve to be there, but it depends on the sleeve you're fixing. What I'm using is a drum sleeve, and a drum sleeve, I don't need it to be too curvy. So I'm just gonna make a straight line, or maybe a little curved line like so, where I'll fix my drum sleeve. If you want to learn how to make this drum sleeve, I'll put the link on the description button, so you can go there, click the link, and watch how I made this beautiful drum sleeve. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to divide my hip measurement by 4. That's the quarter of my hip measurement. I'm using 50 as the hip measurement of my customer, so I divide it by 4. That is 12.5. So I have my 12.5 here on the nail line. Then I add 2 inches allowance. I'll have 14.5. Okay, like so. So I mark 14.5 on the nail line like so. Then I connect that 14.5 to my to where my armhole line stopped. Okay, so I'll just freehand make a connection like so. Okay, I'm not using any curve ruler, just freehand make a connection like so. That will look like a curved circle straight from the point where you have your 14.5, your quarter of your hip measurement, to your armhole line. Okay, then I will measure the same thing I measured, which is 14.5, which is quarter of my hip measurement divided then plus 2 inches. Quarter of my hip measurement plus 2 inches. I'll measure the same thing to my hemline, and then I connect it. If you want yours to be a bit narrow, you could just minus 1 inch from whatever you have on your nail line, but I don't advise that, because it might not allow you or your customer to work freely. So sometimes you can actually even add 1 inch on it, or you use exactly what you have on your nail line, which is your hip measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inches. Okay, so you make a straight line down like so, and make sure at that place you connected your nail line to your armhole and hip, and then here, please make sure it's not sharp. Okay, that's why I'm blending it like so. So you blend it, make the curve not too sharp, so it will be able to sit very well. So you connect it straight to the hem line like so. Okay, then like I said, the difference between this off-shoulder Bubu and the normal Bubu is just you having your armhole like this. But if it is not, if it's the normal bubu, you don't need to have armhole. You cut everything, both the shoulder, the sleeve together like so. So all you need to do is come at the end of the side measurement, and then get your round sleeve. Okay, you first of all come down by 1.5 inches for your shoulder slope, or 1 inch for your shoulder slope. Then from that 1.5, you measure down your round sleeve, maybe 10 inches or 9 inches like so. I draw the line that will be serve maybe like your chest line. And then from there, the next thing you do is to measure your new line and your hemline and connect it the same way. Then after you connect it the same way, then the next thing will be to create your neckline. Okay. Yeah, but that's by the way, in case you're making the normal bubu. But let's proceed to what we're doing. The next thing we're going to do now is to cut off the folded part, the two folded parts on top, so that we can have our front and our back. Okay, so I'm cutting it off like so. Okay, there's no shoulder slope, so I'll just go straight down, okay, to just open it up for my front and back. Okay, so you see I now have it open. The next thing I will do is to cut off the armhole side like so. Then after that, I'll just follow the chalk and then cut off the side straight down to the hemline like so. Okay, so after cutting it, this is what I have. As you can see, it came out very beautiful. Okay, and this you see from the nail down is actually narrow, but from the nail up is kind of wild. That will make it come out as bubu. So the next thing I'm going to do is to mark my back side, okay, so that I'll be able to, it will be able to guide me while sewing. Because if you're looking at the fabric, both the front and back actually looking the same. So this mark, the chalk, will help me to know where the back and front is when I'm sewing. Okay, and then this is the armhole, as you can see. So the next thing I'm going to do is to notch the front, the center front, so that it will also guide me while I'm putting my band. Okay, after that, if I open it up like so, if I open it up, this is what you will have. Okay, so this is what we will have if I open it up like so. So the next thing I'm going to do is take it to my machine and fold in my 2 inches. Okay, I fold in and then fold in again, and then make a sew it down where I'm going to put in my band. You will see that when we move to the machine. Then when I put in my band, I gather it like this, and it will now sit properly. Then after that, that is my armhole where I'm going to fix my sleeve. So let's go to this. So moving to the machine, I'm going to join the two sides together like so, both on the other side, and join the other sides together so we can have our front and back together like so. I'm going to fold the hemline like so. I push in 1/2 inches, then I push in the remaining 1.5 inches like so, and I sew it down like so. So it's all the sides, the two side, all round the hemline. Okay, so I can have a smooth end like so. Then after that, the next thing I'm going to do is move to my armhole and use a bias like so. I'll use a bias like so to cover in the armhole and make it look smooth, because the sleeve is not going to pass through the armhole. So that's why I'm using a bias to put in like that. Then after that, the next thing I'm going to do is that same the chest point where I'm going to put my band. I fold in 1/2 inch like so, and then I fold in the remaining 2 inch. I get a space that is actually going to take my elastic like so, making sure that there's not too much space at the end so that my elastic can sit very well. Then I now sew it down, okay, to the end like so. Then after that, this is what I have. this is where my elastic will enter. Okay, then the next thing I'm going to do is now to get my elastic. This is what I have. This is the front, this is the back, the way the back will look like when you turn it the back before fixing the elastic. Okay, then this is the front. Then the next thing I will do is to push in my elastic. Okay, so I will get a safety pin, okay, like so, put it inside my elastic like so, and then pin it down and move it straight to the space I have for the elastic like so, and then I push it in. I push it in, making sure that I come out at the other side like so. Okay, so after it comes out at the other side, then I will just get my desired length. Okay, so I just push in a lot, then I will now use it and start pushing it to get my desired length. Then when I get my desired length, I pin it down like so. Another way you can do it is to get half of what you have. Maybe your chest length is 11, you could just get a measurement of 11. Okay, you see how I did it? I pinned the first end, and then I started pushing it to get my desired length. But you can also just cut down 11 inches, or let's say 12 or 13 inches of elastic, and push it in there, and then gather it. That will still give you the exact. But most times I do it this way so that I don't waste my elastic, or maybe after cutting it gets short. So I just measure it, the both front and back, and then if I get my desired length, I will just take it to the machine and sew it down. I remove the pin, and then I will sew it down to hold it firm. So after holding it firm, the next thing I'm going to do is to get my drum sleeve and fix it around. Now this is the drum sleeve. I've already made it. This is the back and this is the front. I've already gathered it already. And please, if you want to learn more about the sleeve, I'll put the link on my description button, so you go there and learn how to make this beautiful drum sleeve. Okay, so see the way it's going to enter. This is my armhole. The sleeve is not going to pass through the armhole like a normal sleeve. That's why I had to pipe it with bias. Okay, you can pipe yours with bias, or maybe just fold it in and all that, just to make that place neat. Okay, so after that, the sleeve is just going to go straight. I fixed one side already, so I'm going to show you guys how to fix it by flipping it through to the other side. You see this side that I fixed, I just went up by 2 inches, and then I sewed this straight, not following the armhole. I went up by 2 inches. You can decide to start from the beginning, but the beauty is always when there's a little 2 or 1.5 inches up. Then I come down by 4 inches. Then I still have extra 4 inches down. That's because the length of this sleeve is actually 11. Okay, so I still have extra 4 inches down, and that's because the length of the sleeve is 11, because that's what my customer wants. You can make yours 6 inches, you can make yours 7 inches, you can make yours 8, depending on the length of the sleeve you want. Okay, so after that, I just fix a straight line of up to 4 inches. Okay, so this is how I actually did it. I went up by 2 inches like so, and then after that, the next thing I did is to fix it, push it through my machine, making sure that everything are all equal, that they are equal. Then I start sewing it down to I start sewing it down, okay, to where I want it to stop, just like the other side. All right, so after that, you just keep sewing, sew it down by 4 inches, and then don't let it pass through the armhole. Just sew it straight down, leaving a space for your arm to pass. Then after that, this is what we have. Wow, it's looking so beautiful. The sleeve came out so beautiful. As you can see, the drum sleeve came out very beautiful. If you're interested to learn how to make this beautiful drum sleeve, please, I'll put up the link on the description button. Check it out and learn how to make it, so you can start making it for yourself. It's so nice. It fits mostly off shoulder. You use it on off shoulder mostly. Okay, you can use it on a straight fitted gown, depends on what you want to use it for, but this is fine on this Bubu Caftan. All right, so if you find this video helpful, please click like, and then click the subscription button to subscribe. Also hit the notification button so you get notified anytime I put up a new video. All right, I also put up a pocket, as you can see. Thank you for watching. See you on my next video.